There you go. I'll just transition abruptly and with no ease.
Abruptly with no ease. Tilde versus Frizz. This is going to be a really fun match.
Looking like it's going to be Diddy Kong versus Meta Knight, which is fun. Semi-fast fallers are always fun to watch each other play. Both these characters are, in my opinion, top 3, at least top 5. Diddy Kong having probably the best just neutral game in general. He's got the only move in the game that causes tripping other than Bubble, and it's just a passive hitbox that occupies space. Banana's really dumb. And then you got Meta Knight, which is the fastest initial dash speed in the game, combined with a chic down throw, a Captain Falcon dash dance, and just an absurd combo game that kills floaties, and a 3-frame nair that is a kill move. So we'll see how that plays out.
Definitely a lot of really good tools coming out from both sides. This is it, game number 1. So obviously getting around the peel is going to be a very big part. We've talked about like how the peel itself is just such a unique attribute that Diddy Kong possesses. And especially whenever I look at Diddy Kongs, I'm just so conditioned to players like Luck who kind of touch you with that peel, and then you end up losing so much of a percent. You end up losing your stock so quickly. But if you can kind of circumvent that, then you can end up getting into, I guess, a much better chance of coming out on top. But what's the major key for victory if we're looking at this Meta Knight player who's already down a bit in percent?
Well, what you want to do is, first of all, your item play does have to be on point. Ooh, yeah, he's hit the banana a few times already, and every time he has missed the tech, so I don't know how familiar he is with either the trip mechanic or just fighting against Diddy Kong. But what you want to do as Meta Knight is try to occupy as much ground space as you can, kind of play the Marth game, coming with down tilt. Get Banana out of the way. If he can, get it to the top platform and make sure he occupies it. So he's forcing Diddy to jump above him, which then he gets his up air punish game. And basically, anytime you get a grab on Diddy Kong, you're going to go very, very far. Or if you just get a dash dance up smash, you can start things up that way.
That's right, because you can do Sheik-esque down throw tech chases, can't you?
Yes. And Diddy Kong does have a relatively good tech roll, but at the same time, at the very least, you're going to put Diddy Kong in a knockdown, which means you've won the situation, and then you're beginning your punish game.
That's right, that's right. Well, so far, we haven't seen that really from Tilde. He's had a really tough time, I think, circumventing that peel, but he does get a dimensional cape to go slice up his stock from Frizz. Frizz has an invulnerability, and he actually ends up throwing the peel straight up. I think he was hoping to maybe intercept Tilde in the air, but instead puts his peel in a really vulnerable position. Doesn't even need it, though, to go and close the distance. It's some nice percent.
He missed the Z drop there. He wanted to drop it on him, and so he bounced and get like either a back air or a forward air, and it just kind of clipped the platform.
Frizz getting a well-placed fair. And a peanut as well. This is going to put him in a bit of a rough position, but Tilde able to somehow, again, maneuver around that peel. It's a really big, and I think that's might be what's allowing him to maintain this life lead. If he had tripped up on that banana peel towards the edge, it could have been the end of the stock. A bad position, but we've seen this twice now. He's not afraid to use that shuttle loop in a pretty interesting manner, but I think it's a card that he may have been showing too many times, and he could definitely be punished for as the set goes on.
Absolutely. And I think out of Frizz, we're seeing a lot of just errors with spacing and placement. Like, he's got the right idea, but he's just barely in the wrong spot. And what that's doing is just giving survivability to Tilde's Meta Knight. And so there's situations where we're watching, it's just like, oh, this should close up the stock, and he just misses it just by a little bit.
That's right. Well, Frizz not missing on the nair, misses with the bear, though, and that's going to give Tilde another shot. Sorry, reverse that.
Yeah, you gotta, as Meta Knight, when you're edge guarding, you can exercise as much patience as you want. You've got all those extra jumps, and you've got a really, really mean back air that stays out, and you've also got the nair. So just kind of wait and react. He went a little early with that back air.
Yeah, it really does feel like on the edge guard game, it seems almost like he's going all in on one particular action instead of reacting like the way that you mentioned it. Yeah. But one thing that has been on point are these dimensional capes. 2 for 2 at taking stocks. This game has got a lot more interesting as Frizz finds himself at the receiving end of this punish game. Finally able to find some openings. Tilde stringing together a nice set of aerials, but going way too deep again, and this time it's going to cost him.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He definitely didn't want to do a forward air there. He got a little bit greedy, and I don't think he even realized like what he wanted to do. He like jumped out there. He's like, I guess I got to throw an attack out, which, you know, you don't have to do that. If you find yourself in a situation where you've overextended your reach, don't continue forward with it. If you haven't committed to anything, just recognize that and try to fade back and regain as much positioning as you can.
Frizz maybe was he predicting a tech roll in really hard?
That was I don't know what he was doing there. He should have just thrown it at him.
Yeah.
Just bonked him on the noggin with it.
A bit of a bonk. Well, At least the Peanuts end up making their mark, but the Fair right there to go and close things out.
Cleans it up. Yep. That was apparently game 2. God bless, kids.
Well, apparently that was game 2.
A strong
We're just
1-0
playing
victory for Frizz.
Whoa.